Coach D Powerhouse back at it again live, one time for your mind. Another episode of Lost Knowledge presents Fighting is Life with Coach D. This is episode 9 of the podcast. Today we're going to talk about racism. Racism from the point of view of I'm gonna say from African American male. This topic is not really gonna go like people think it's gonna go, but I'm gonna attack the racism and how we feel from our perspective of it, or what we dealt with in this country, in this world since our existence. And I'm gonna speak on it also from us as African American people or Black people in general, what we can do about this thing that's been going on and that's been hindering us, and it's been a curse for us since day one. Hopefully like to you guys feel my heart and educate you guys on this subject, and see if we can get somewhere. I know I'm not going to be able to change the world, but I know that I can help somebody think different and maybe change their life, and then maybe them spread the word and change somebody else's life, and just speak on it. Because the reason why is because I see that ever since social media has been in existence, Facebook, and particularly Facebook, is where the platform is where evil has taken its biggest course. And I've seen, you see bigots from all kinds. There's racist and folks from all type of walks of life. And I see a lot of this subject comes up a lot on Facebook and social media, and so I want to touch on it. We see a lot of these groups, Black Lives Matters groups and all these other groups and things like that. So I want to speak on it a little bit. I want to speak on it from the perspective, because the reason why. So I want to start off on the perspective of racism from African American, because what I see a lot is when people, when you're posting stuff or somebody posts something, if you guys notice, I don't talk about a lot of, if you notice, I don't talk a lot about politics on social media, and I don't talk a lot about racism and things like that. You notice I stay away from those subjects a lot. I speak my mind about other things, and as of lately, obviously, I've been speaking about business things and spiritual things and stuff with my children, stuff like that. But I used to speak and rant about things and stuff like that. But you notice I really try to stay away from those subjects of racism and politics and things of that nature, unless I'm speaking in a general term and what the effect that it does on everybody, and try to get everybody to come together. But I know that that's kind of impossible in a way in the world that we live in. But I got to speak on this racism thing, because especially from this perspective, because I see a lot of people say, well, you guys should let it go. You should let racism go. You should not talk about it no more. This is not the old times. It's not. Well, you know what? It is. It is. And it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. And is it going to change? No, it's not going to change. If you haven't been in that situation, or haven't been harassed or profiled or messed with by the cops, or just profiled just for walking in a store, or just being you, a person that didn't even do nothing wrong, just being you, then you cannot speak from a perspective of telling somebody to let it go. How can you let it go when it's still in your face every day? No, because it is still in your face every day. It's still in our face every single day. Regardless of what you say, it's still in our face. And it's been like that since the existence of time. Slavery days, particularly, has been a big thing. When the slave masters have put Black people against each other, and so the next part of what I'm going to talk about is us Black folks, and I'm going to tell you that some of you guys are some of the problem and not creating any solutions. So we're gonna touch that too, but I want to say that it's been happening since slavery days, and putting us against each other and things like that, and it's been a curse going on since then. And my frustration, which is, it's a light frustration, because I know how to deal with my life. I know how to live my life, and I know how to deal with my life different than most people. I don't sit there and hinder and hunt about what a white man did to me, or um the white man's keeping me down. I don't believe in that. I think that's an ignorant deal. I do believe that they try to do that. I do believe that the system is designed to do that, but I don't believe that I have to be that way. I don't believe that I have to sit there and take all that stuff. And I believe that I have a spirit that God gave me, that I can fight for my life and do things that I want to do, and do things to protect myself, my family, and do things to educate myself and live my life regardless of what goes on in this world. See, I do believe that too. But I want to say to the people that say, let it go and give it up and let it go, don't speak on something that you don't know, that you haven't been through. You know, don't speak on something. The oppression that black people has been in this world, in this country, has been going on since their existence. So there's an aggravation there, from dealing with the police to dealing with jobs to dealing with people, family. I mean, even interracial families, just dealing with all that kind of stuff in this world. You can't tell somebody, and if it's in your face every day, all the time, how can you tell somebody to get over it? You just can't. I mean, you just can't do that. It's impossible to do that because it's still in your face. It'd be different if it wasn't in your face. Everything is built on that. Everything. So, what I want to say is that, me personally, the reason why I don't engage in conversations with people about this subject is because I recognize that they don't really understand, and they don't have the knowledge, and they're ignorant to what's going on too, because they've been misguided, they've been miseducated, and the fact that a lot of them didn't have to go through that problem, or those problems that we went through. Me personally, I've been um, profiled so many times. I've been pulled over, said I fit the description of this guy that robbed the bank. I've been handled by the cops, slammed, handcuffed, hit, had a gun in the back of my head pulled on me by police. I've had cops rough me up while I was in jail. I've had all those things happen to me my whole life. Um, Now that's what I want to say, black people. What I didn't let it do was make me weak. I didn't let it make me as an excuse to do wrong things or not succeed in life. See, I recognized in my mind a long time ago that this stuff was just going to be a part of life. See, I recognize that. And that's what we all have to recognize, that this stuff that is just going to be a part of life. Now you accept it, and you can get better and roll with it and change your life. See, here's the thing about free will. Even though there's racism, even though these people don't understand what we've been through, what we go through, we still have a choice. And complaining about it all the time and not trying to fix it is not going to get you anywhere. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like posting about it, speaking about it, preaching about it with no solution, just venting and ranting, gets you nowhere. See, here's the thing. My dad told me this a long time ago. He said, son, you have one strike against you already because you're a black man. See, I didn't understand that at 16 years old. When I was getting in trouble and doing things I shouldn't have been doing, he tried to talk to me and tell me, so you got one strike against you. But he also tried to explain to me that strike doesn't have to be a death sentence. See, that you still have a free will and free choice to do what you want to do. See, regardless of my race, or who I am as a black man, I still have a brain and I still have a mind. And although they might try to take away certain opportunities from me that they would do from our white counterpart or Hispanic, whatever, I still have a mind. I still have a brain. I still have free will. I still have free choice. So, with that being said, I still have a mindset to do great things in this world if I choose to do it. So, that's what I choose to do. You know what I mean? I've been through what all y'all been through, some worse, some less than worse. But I've been there and I've done that. My challenge to you, black people, my challenge is this. Get your mind right. Get your life together. Instead of complaining on what's going on, show them who you are, what you can do, that you can be powerful, that you can be successful, that you can have a great family, great wife, great kids, a bank account, a car, that you can have a business, that you can have a great job. Show them. That's all you got to do. Complaining about it is not getting us nowhere. And when I found out, black people, now I gotta get to y'all for a second. Y'all spend so much time doing all that rattling and talking and venting and ranting on Facebook or social media. But a lot of you guys are the source of the problem. See? Because a lot of you aren't helping each other. And when I say that, I don't mean not helping nobody else. See, I want you to make that clear because I got great, great, great people in my life that are not black. That's probably helped me more than my own people. So I got to look at y'all now, looking at y'all like venting and talking about it all the time, but you don't go out your way to help each other. Y'all always ranting talking about how black people can't get along, black people can't do this, and then you guys aren't doing anything to try to fix the problem. See, I'm about the human race, and I'm about all mankind. But when it does come to my people, I do know what we've been through. I do what we've been oppressed about. And that's why I am about my people. I try to love y'all and try to love y'all and try to bring you in when we're struggling, when we're going through things, and try to bring unity together. But a lot of y'all don't want that. A lot of you want to stay in the slave mentality. A lot of you want to stay incarcerated in your mind. And that's the problem. Okay? So how are we going to fix all this? It starts with one person. Okay? I'm looking at this whole situation. I've been through it. I've lived it. Okay? You got to realize I was born in the mid-70s. You see what I'm saying? I was born in the mid-70s. So understand that I've witnessed racism on a high level. I've been in restaurants and heard people say, why are these niggers here and all this? I've seen it. I've been profiled. I almost got a lot of time in prison behind a white girl for something so small. So don't tell me what I don't know. I know everything that goes on. I've been through that. I've been through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And still get profiled. There's times I go to 7th Street, try to get in and start. They see the tattoos and they judge me before they even know me. I don't trip. I just keep it moving and keep it walking because it ain't that serious to me, man. You know what's serious to me? Is getting my mind right and getting my life right with God and making sure my children is good and make sure that I'm healthy and my family's healthy and the people that are around me are learning and getting educated and they're getting loved. That's what makes sense to me. I love all. You don't just love your race, you love all. But I got to speak on this subject because we do know that we can't just close our eyes to see what's going on, to what's not going on in this world. We see it. But what I'm saying is I want us to start with us. I want you to take responsibility. Talking about it and speaking about it on social media is only going to do so much. What is it going to do if there's no solution to it? Nah, man. You got to live. We got to live. You know what I mean? You got to live. They're going to talk about you. They're going to look at you funny. They're going to down you. They're going to judge you. They're going to dislike you. They're going to hate you. They're going to want to spit on you. That's been since day one. Why are we acting like so surprised like this is something new? Why are we acting like that instead of changing it? change ourselves. You know how you win? Is you win by being successful. You win by not bowing down. You win by standing up. But more so, you win by living it. You got to live it. All that talking, that's all it is talking. All that venting, that's all it is venting. You got to do something about it. White people, I don't expect you to understand. That's why I don't debate too much. Because I'm intelligent enough to understand that the debate is going to go to a different place because you're not going to understand. Just like I don't understand what it is to be white. Nor do I care to understand that. Because at the end of the day, what I care about is love and unity. But I also recognize what goes on in this world. I recognize that we live in this kind of world, and the views that we have is mainly against us. The negative views is mainly against us. I see that. My biggest point to prove to this whole thing is to not act like none of this is relevant. None of this happened. Well, it happened, and it's relevant. Black people, we know what happened to us. We know what's relevant. But do we have to stay in that mindset? We don't. There's so many successful Black leaders, Black business owners, people with money that are doing just fine, even in the midst of a racist world, and are doing just fine. You're not going to get past that. You're not. You're not going to get over that. You're not going to get past that. That's going to be there. And guess what? It's going to be there to the day you die. See where you win? Is you teach your children different. Teach yourself different. You see? I got a son. And my son's biracial. He's 18 years old. When he gets pulled over, or when that day comes, when he gets pulled over, if something happens, are they going to look at my son as a biracial kid, or are they going to look at him as being Black? Well, I've shared to my son that they're not going to see you as a half-white kid. They're going to look at you just as a fair-skinned, lighter-skinned kid, but you're still Black. So even your white side is not going to be enough for people not to judge you or look at you. In the judge's eyes of the world, you're still a Black man. But I also teach my son that that's not an excuse to be broke down. That's not an excuse to be poor. That's not an excuse to just go out and do what you want to do. So, because let me share something with you, Black people. If you're out doing things you shouldn't be doing, there's consequences to that. Now, understand this. You know, if you're out there doing that stuff, and you know being that we're the most judged people in this world, and you do that, then you got to face that. How about we stay away from that? How about we educate ourselves? How about we help one another? And I'm saying we all as a human race need to help each other. But I'm speaking to you Black people, the ones that are complaining a lot about what's going on. How about you start by helping your brother, your sister, your friend? A lot of y'all open businesses, and then we open business, and then the same people that's talking on social media and Facebook how racist people are the same ones that only help their own kind. Y'all don't get behind other Black-owned businesses. Y'all don't. Y'all don't even want to work with each other. What I see is the Asians, the Mexicans, the white folks, even if they don't agree on certain things or certain politics or certain things, they do understand one thing. They do come together and get along when it comes to business. That's why they own the businesses. That's why the Asians own it. That's why the Mexicans run it. That's why the whites. because they understand that there's another different goal. Y'all can't do that. We can't do that because you so busy trying to bite the other black man's hand before he even reaches out to you. But then you want to go on Facebook talking about how white people doing this, white people doing that. That's the problem I have with y'all. So we got to change that first. White people or other people, the problem I have with y'all is that you don't want to be educated. You don't want to know. You don't want to care what the black race has been through. All you want to do is offer your opinion. All you want to do is offer something and be defensive about every damn thing. Can't speak on nothing that you don't know what you've been through. It's facts. These are facts. As a black as the in the human race, the black race has been more through anybody in this world. These are facts. Black people don't mean it should be an excuse. So if I gotta hold them accountable, which I will, I'm gonna hold you accountable too. See, I refuse to be known or looked at as the angry black man or thug my whole life. They're gonna look at that anyway. But when they visually see you out there speaking with articulate words, when they see you being with wisdom, when they see you being wise, when they see you with understanding, when they see you trying to live happy, when they see you trying to teach your kids right from wrong, when they see you out there struggling but making it and trying to live right and trying to do right and trying to do things on a straight path, they ain't got no reason but to respect you. Now, guess what? It might not take away their racist belief, but guess what? They have no other reason but to respect you. The focus has got to be on the right thing. Racism will never leave. Racism will always be there. From all races, racism will always be there. It will never leave. So why focus on that? What are we doing? What are you building? Is your audio matching up with your video? What are you doing? Are you making a stand? You know how you make a stand? You make a stand with yourself first. You make a stand by getting up every day and changing your thinking and changing the way you are. You wake up every day by changing your life, by analyzing yourself, by checking yourself. That's what you do. That's how you change. And they have no other reason but to respect you. But if you complaining, that's like running east looking for a sunset. What you complaining if you're not fixing? Have I been oppressed? Yeah. Do I let it beat me down? No. Do I get up and every day and I have to put on my pair of pants just like everybody else have to do that? And I have to go try to make a living like everybody else. There's faults in everybody. I'm not even going to talk about race at this point. There's faults with everybody. All human race. Every race has their problems. Every race has their traditions. Every race has something wrong. Everyone. So what are we doing? The question is, what you going to do? Stay away from conversations. Stay away from certain things that's going to cause you to get in debates that are not healthy, and that's not going to solve anything. Have your knowledge, know it, accept it, move on, change. We know one thing. Racism will always be here and it will always exist. It's been here from the beginning of time. It'll be here to the end of time. But it does not have to be your kryptonite. What I say to all the races, educate yourself about everybody. Take a step back before you speak. Think before you speak. And you'll see things from a different mindset, from a different light. See, me, I still got to wake up and live my life. And that's exactly what I'm going to intend to do, whether it's racism there or not. I ask God to cover me through everything, and I'm going to be okay, regardless of what's going on in this world. And I believe that everybody needs to think the same thing. If people stay in their lane, mind their business, and love, and try to understand one another, then this world will be a better place. But it's unfortunately it's not like that. So this thing is an individual thing. From white, black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever you are. It's an individual thing. And you could change your life and you could help change the lives around you. Other than that, worry about the things you can't. Focus on the things you can change. Don't worry about the stuff you can't change. And that concludes another episode of Fighting His Life with Coach D. Racism, reverse racism, and understanding. God bless you.